afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, another riveting, amazing Propagandacast. I'm your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero, Defender of the Fatherland, of yet an amazing 1 vs 1 on Kholodny Ferma. In the West, we got Fortune fighting for the Soviet Union, Socialism, Comrade Stalin, and the 213th Rifle Division here with Urban Defense. Versus these, we got JaeforJett fighting for the Oberkommandist, Germany, Deutschland, pushing ahead here with the 7th Panzer Division. We got Scavenge, Elite Armored, and Special Operations here for him with infantry and medical supply bulletins. And we got a Special Rifle Command up here for Fortune. He pushes up the Strafniki against JaeforJett and the fascists. Kuvan here securing territories. JaeforJett moves ahead, clearly unintimidated by the possibility of a scout cast and other things that could hard counter his Kugelwagen. JaeforJett believes in the power of the Kugelwagen and its ability to seize territory away from the Marxists. Strafniki start here for Fortune. Also, big thanks to Patrick for donating and support the Propagandacast, allowing me to keep making these videos day after day after day. So, big thanks to you, Patrick. You're a true hero of the Propagandacast. May you live long and prosper. So, points are being swiftly seized up. We got the Fultons on the way there for JaeforJett. More penal troops on the way there. Well, the first squad is on the way there. Moving up towards the point here, we can see JaeforJett is also being aggressively and certainly going for the Kugelwagen also allows you to play Sturmpioneers more aggressively, since the Kugelwagen does have a slightly higher cap rate, plus of course it moves faster between the points, so overall it can just help you seize territory faster, easily compensating for more aggressive, say, Sturmpioneer players. JaeforJett is going for against Fortune. Scout on the way here for Fortune in the M3A1. Sam-X around the centre victory point there. Put your leg back into the Jürgen and get up here with the rest of us. Don't just shift the sandbags around, you dummkopf. Counter spot here by the Sturmpioneers, and counter falling back from the Sturmpioneers. I mean, absolutely no way to fight with a Sturmgewehr equipped unit up close. Penals was moving up here, quickly popping to the house here, though at this range it's not going to be too effective, plus more infantry moving in is going to mean the Sturmpioneers do not have the most fun time. So ultimately, JaeforJett here is going to have to fall back, but I suppose the argument is if we manage to stall as a opponent for some time, it could work out. Pitt already falls over, gutted by the assault rifle fire. Fulton's flanking up behind, there go, that collapses Fortune's engagement, and there goes Scout moving out here for Fortune, striking out the Fulton's Grenadiers. And the South Coast with Kugelwagen catching the Grenadiers, he just rushes straight past, goes instead for the easy target, which is the Kugelwagen. Nice decision making there by Fortune. Up north, fuel pumping secured here, and got the carve point locking you down, and we got a doctor choice here for JaeforJett as well. So within the first 3 minutes of the game, both players have chosen Dachshund. Excellent work there, and it is Elite Armour here for JaeforJett, certainly getting more popular with the Oberkommandist. Some are still going for spec ups and other stuff, but there's definitely also some who are enjoying Elite Armour and all of the abilities that offers. So there you go, 2-2-1 on the way there for JaeforJett for the 7th Panzer Division. Fuel pumping hit, then laying down mines at the very edge. Good work there by Fortune, even though he's fighting for his own fuel put up north. Constantly being overwhelmed, he's going to need more infantry and troops to deal with that. More Strafniki for Fortune. We'll have to see if he also goes for some fast anti-tank guns to help deal with both vehicles and infantry, since he can fire canister rounds, so, you know, whatever. The M42 anti-tank can actually have access to a variety of shots, including not just canister rounds, but also fragmentation rounds. So, little fun fact there. It would also additionally actually produce to the end of the war, though increasingly was used less for anti-tank purposes, just more for infantry support purposes, as it tends to struggle with most tanks head on, though if it's say flank the Panther, it could still get a good hit in on the side armour. So there we go. Is he trying? He's actually, I think, trying to bait JaeforJett's 2-1 into the mine here. That's a cheeky play there by Fortune. If it works out, of course, that's amazing, particularly in the early game. That's he did it. The 2-1 is down. JaeforJett is actually also suffering losses elsewhere. He's down to 2 Fultons and the Sturmpioneers. So if he actually went for more Fultons, otherwise he's down to just that much here. Versus Fortune has definitely got a larger force out. A nice play there by Fortune, completely throwing off JaeforJett's early game. Even if JaeforJett does get some harassment and then stalling fuel, he's suffering some noticeable losses there. 1 scout car down, plus the Kugelwagen. I mean, that's a lot of manpower gone, plus a bit of fuel. But JaeforJett, though, is undeterred. He's a believer in the power of motorized tactics and the power of armoured reconnaissance, and so he commits to the second 2-1. But Herr Hauptmann, we've already lost several reconnaissance vehicles. I don't care. I believe in these people. They can do it. They can push ahead for victory for Germany. They can lead the way. Medics up there for Fortune. Folks going to do something back here. We got the Belgrade headquarters up for JaeforJett. Interesting choice considering all the light vehicles is going forward. You'd almost figure he'd be better off, you know, with a mechanized regiment. Clearly, again, JaeforJett's got bigger plans. Panzerfaust and the scout car. And there we go, we got the 221 scout car as well out there. Rolling hit swiftly for the German army. Grabbing the fuel pump back here, Northern 1C's there, so theoretically Fortune has a small chance of gaining a fuel lead here with JaeforJett in particular, since it's forced his opponent to commit to not one but two 221s, and we're upgrading one to 223s, even more fuel down here, so JaeforJett's going to have to really ensure he does not get this run blown up, but also just gets more fuel out of it by setting it down at the right spot and just help him boost out more fuel, otherwise he risks really falling behind Fortune. But there you go, he actually takes out the M51, gaining vengeance for the destroyed light vehicles that fell in glorious service of the German armed forces, the Wehrmacht. Penal troops standing about here, going for the centre of northern missions. We got penal troops going for the victory point there. And we got the M42 45mm anti-tank on the way here for Fortune. Ready to shoot fascist vehicles and infantry to bits. So setting up here on the fuel point, these soon enough, I imagine, to then gain some extra fuel. We got the shock troops up here for Fortune, so there we go. That's going to give JaeforJett a bit of a hard time there, though he does have machine guns up there to slightly help, I guess, with all the infantry, in particular the shock troopers, as long as, of course, they don't get into a smoke grenade from the right angle. Still need to fix up with that 223. Hitting that calf one again, JaeforJett is unstoppable. He's determined to slow down the Russian war machine, and of course Fortune is clearly intent on doing the same to the fascist war machine. There we go. Switch over to the canister rounds here on the M42 anti-tank gun. Shock tools moving up here. Concepts out in the church. Got a probably a grenade here on top of the canister round, being fired at that house. There we go. Almost hit the shock troopers though. Hey idiots! Watch where you're shooting! We are not fascists! Unless you subscribe to certain theories. But there you go, Fortune being pushed back here by the M42. Scout car leading with the counter to the side here. Shocks from Norfolk to help deal with JaeforJett's forces there. We got another MD foot here for JaeforJett, backing up his otherwise weakened front line to help contain Fortune's infantry. He brings upon the power of the machine gewehr. And meanwhile, Scout here firing through the entrance to the church, caring not about structural damage as it does so. Up north, shock troops, they're running the Fultons there. Their PPH-41s, proving to be superior to the Germans' weak flesh. Got the second enemy forward moving up for JaeforJett. Fortune, of course, is likely going to, I suppose, take that fast. There you go, tank command up. Probably rushing out T-70 here versus JaeforJett. Scout car coming under fire from the M42. Pilms moving in there, threatening JaeforJett, who's now quickly found himself on the back foot despite having two MD-34s. He has not been quite able to bring up to, more critical junctures fast enough, so he's very much just defending a small strip of land. Got that 223 rolling up behind the trees, enjoying the scenery. Troops healing and enforcing here. Medics are on the way there for JaeforJett to help heal up his troops. Fortune stalling here at this wall of machine gun fire. There you go, we got the M42 opening up there with canister rounds again, though at longer ranges. It works out reasonably well anyways. So technically the way that works, that's more fragmentation rounds. Canister rounds is more like, it acts like a shotgun. More like stuff like anti-explosions at range, I believe, is more fragmentation rounds. So, little detail there. Our MD-34 routed. Pilms was going for the fuel point there. Still, JaeforJett some extra resource there. We got the machine being assaulted by the shock troops here moving ahead here. Sweeping out the Hitlerite scum, and there you go. Oh dear, that's going to be a wipe. That's going to be a wipe. Oh, not good there for JaeforJett. Great though for Fortune. In particular, as now can reinforce that, so that's going to be a very difficult to kill machine gun crew. This is a really horrific development there for JaeforJett. He's losing fuel, he's losing machine guns, and Fortune is just constantly pressuring him. But we got the 223 here to the rescue. Engaging the penal troops up close, showing no mercy. We got the M42 also showing no mercy as it opens up with armor-piercing rounds. JaeforJett here striking Norfolk, realising that Fortune here is of course more focused centre-south. If he can make a good push Norfolk, he can maybe make some gains there much more easily and still keep him tied down here, so that way that's I think good tactical move there. Fortune is close to the T-70, he could of course just try and take ahead. But the T-70 right now outside is stall any sort of northern harassment here by JaeforJett. So we'll have to see if that ends up with that. More folks comes for JaeforJett. No anti-tank weapons as of yet. We got the saddle charge from the church. Oh, he's baiting him into the church. He's baiting him, but JaeforJett does not fall for that one. I just didn't think about it. Either way, the church is demolished. Shattered. Scout car hanging back. Trying away there for JaeforJett. Likely going to be a spare-punted quarter. Can't stall for King Tiger, and a mechanized regiment right now I think would be a rather poor case of judgment. But there you go. Shock to a forcing northwards there, backed up by that heavy machine gun crew. Ooh. Do we really have to carry the machine gun and these heavy body armor? Shut up, Petrov. Just do it. Shock troops here. Storm Pioneer suppressed by the shock to a machine gun. There's half point damage secured. 2 to 3 waiting for the fuel. Oh, he's actually just doing with this point, at least until he got the fuel point back, ensuring he still gets fuel and munitions. Very good. Very good. Fuel point now added once more to the German forces. And up north here, folks going to be easily routed by the shock troopers. They stood no chance. Mines up here in the corner. Very good finding there by Fortune. Looks like he's very much going for the tank mechanized armor company and the T-34 fast. That would not be a bad idea at all. Shroud Punter, of course, going to set up to cover here, and of course the truck's going to set up on the fuel point, ensuring he gets twice as much fuel. Meaning, despite not having as much as the map, as Fortune is actually getting more fuel thanks to the truck or the scout car, gaining him double fuel from the fuel point. So nice work there by JaeforJett. Certainly also one reason to again also go for elite armor. It does allow you to support your tanks better in that sense. And of course, then we got the match with Joe, which also shows you some other things you can use to support your tanks with. Nudge, nudge, grin, grin. Anschluss, Anschluss. Folks will need to be careful. They're about to get assaulted here by the penal troops and the engineers. They are surrounded. Apparently he was firing armor-piercing rounds, not the fragmentation rounds there. Again, I'm going to call them fragmentations. I know the claim is they're, canister rounds, but that's not how canister rounds work. That's how fragmentation rounds work. At least that's my idea of it. Orbits along the way here for JaeforJett. We got folks moving up now against the penal troopers. Good choice there for the orbits down. Can help contest some of Fortune's, tougher infantry, and he's still some time off for armor, though he probably should consider vacating ever soon. Mechanized armor company up for Fortune. Light infantry gun as well here for JaeforJett. A lightest infanterie Geschütz providing his forces with the artillery they need. At least make small gains against Fortune. Shock troops hunting about here. Not too far off from T-34-76, which is pretty great there for Fortune. JaeforJett lives thanks to the 2-3 rushing ahead here for the Panzers. So that's great work there. Shock troops are being surrounded here. Negative cover by folks coming into Sturm Pioneers on all sides. Grenade off here. Oh, doesn't dodge it. Heavy damage there, but still ends up retreating. Looks like Fortune was a bit skittish there, a bit afraid of the consequences. Need to get that T-34 out soon there, Fortune. There we go. Can call it in. Push center north. South also being pushed up on. Very good, very good. Of course, need to be careful not making such a broad push. It does risk, being easily repulsed certain spots and all else then getting crushed elsewhere. So it's a bit risky when he does that, but if he manages it correctly, he can basically just again seize a lot of territory here away from his opponent. T-34-76 there approaching for the 213th Rifle Division, backing it up here against the fascist assault. Over on there's the penal troopers. Light machine almost done. Until then, they're going to be in a bit of a sticky spot. And there you go. Geballte Ladung. There you go. Team's almost dying out here to the opposite. There you go. Light machine at it. Certainly more or less signing their doom. There you go. Routed. Oh, the poor Fritz didn't make it. Apparently that's caused the machine gun to float about a bit there. At least a ghost machine gun. My God. It's a ghost machine gun. What's a ghost machine gun? It is said to haunt the battlefields of the Eastern Front and just look really spooky and stuff. It doesn't do anything besides that. It's just really creepy. Engineers hit a mine, and was that a mine? Was that the artillery setting off the mine then by accident? That's impressive. That was the case. RV troops reinforcing and focusing northwards. Unit wiped, bit of loss there for Fortune. But we got the T-34-76 out, and JaeforJett has absolutely zero anti-tank weapons. When the most you can do is Panzerfaust and hope you get off enough Panzerfaust to slow down the T-34. But beyond that, his options for dealing with the T-34 are zip, zero, and nada. I mean, Fortune's got more options for dealing with his own tank than JaeforJett has there with the M42. Not the best option, but it's better than no options. In the meanwhile, JaeforJett, they're going for the Kedenwerfer. You can soon go for the Panzer IV. Of course, you could try and be a bit more foresight and go for a Panther. Takes more time, is in some ways a bit more risky, but certainly would show him off better against future armor as well, since he's likely going to get outnumbered. So the Panther there would be a bit more helpful. But we'll see what ends up with here. Booby traps up here for Fortune, very good. Should probably try and booby trap more points. His fuel, some of his other points would be great. I mean, he's got plenty of munitions to booby trap, a lot of points. I mean, the more points he can booby trap, the better, I'd say, here for him. Since it costs 40 munitions, it's, I mean, reasonably affordable. There you go. T-5, we're going here for the 2 to 3 smoke being popped out there by the scout car. Ken was setting up there nicely, saved by JaeforJett, showing that his fuel lines are not completely disrupted. They're slightly delayed. Quickly into work, they're fixing up the 223. Up north, point them to up with the shock troops, got the also moving in, halfway to veterans 1, and there you go, catching them out in the open, gunning them down in cold blood, at least attempting to gun them down in cold blood, but finding with the body armor it becomes a bit trickier. Technically, the body armor could only really still stop like 9mm parabellum bullets. There's pistol and submachine gun rounds, rifles and light machine guns. Not really had a big issue there with the armored shock troopers. Also noting he's actually using conscripts to merge with it, that way keeping reinforcement costs down. Nice idea for Fortune, very cost efficient. Of course, it doesn't mean they're not as tough, but he's largely relying on the firepower anyways. Plus, with armor about increasingly, it tends to matter less since tanks don't care about body armor. So again, I mean, there's a lot of logic there for using conscripts at this stage of the fight anyways. Though, of course, the Orbital Darden makes that slightly less cost efficient in some ways. Holy smokes, that was one hell of an artillery hit in the conscripts, obliterating Sergei, Yuri, and Dmitry. And Petrov and Fedorov fall down as well as they retreat, being only... Oh no! Not even him! Not even Bobsky. Sturmpani is rushing the anti-tank, and here we got the T-Fed forcing to try and save the crew there. Very good work there by Fortune. Loss of the conscript that will hurt a bit in particular, since that means he's gotten away with easily forcing the shock troopers now. Any of those troops who might use conscripts there. Congratulations, comrades, you shock troopers. Do we get body armor? No. You just get this submachine gun. They don't mind the blood. Oh, thanks. You're welcome. Pims charging 40 into the 223. Need to cover that one, Jay. Force it. Panther on the way there, so JaeforJett is going for the longer solution here. Dodges there the anti-tank satchel. Oh, didn't. But actually survives, so he's going to be able to get it fixed up, though the crew might need a few glasses of schnapps to overcome that explosion for their nerves. Boob traps here, that's a nice move there by Fortune. Panther on the way there. Engineers being routed. And we got the 80 to final away there for Fortune. So there you go, Panzerkampf Wagen fully go for the Pinelman machine gun to help his infantry. We'll go for the commander, which I guess also helps a bit, depending on how the actual bonus works. Plus also helps with the range. Not in the sense that it can shoot farther, but it can see farther, so it can act more effectively use the range, since the Panther can't actually see as far as it can shoot. So banning the Panther commander, it can actually take better advantage of its range without needing, support. So that's a neat little detail there. Plus, of course, the accuracy just helps the Panther hit more stuff. Be careful of the opposite against the shock troopers. Grenade off. Oh, tried to bait him into the retreat there, and picked the wrong door, and he dropped the light machine gun. That is horrid there for JaeforJett. For Fortune, that is straight up amazing. Panther lightly dinged up. We got the issue final way for Fortune. Victory points wise. There's a slight lead here for Fortune and the 213th Rifle Division against JaeforJett and the 7th Panzer Division.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Fortune could consider fuel cache to help assist him in resources. Just like, you know, how JaeforJett's been using the 223 to help him get more fuel.
Enemy forces capturing supply.
Smoke from North. Nice work there by JaeforJett, covering up his occurring of the point. Excellent stuff there. Panther gefechtsbereit and ready to once more take on the Bolshevik war machine. Shot machine gun heading southwards. Well, JaeforJett replaced the lost orbital energies decided they are, well, not really that of a problem. Ooh, fragmentation around there from the anti-tank on the foot gunners there. Landing some nasty hits down to half level already.
The enemy has taken our supply.
Another hit there, almost veterans one as well. I can't see them anymore, so you can't shoot in the south. Their machine gun actually routed as he got caught off guard. The Vultures did take a bit of a beating in the process. Panther just waiting for some targets to murder. Need to set up that 223 as well. Pushing the centre here, we got Fortune leading in, almost got the Vultures of Kholodny with a bit of a potentially good spot, but also open. There you go, Panther lands a nice hit. Kholodny was also doing some head down to the T-54. Finally gets in. Need to get that T-54 out, and I think that's going to be too late there. Fortune did it a bit for too long, also underestimated JaeforJett's anti-tank defences, and of course his Panther. Resulting in the sole write-off of one T-34. North we got the Strafniki there with the LMG-34. Katyusha light for Fortune here, probably helped you with infantry and support weapons. Of course, you could arguably consider backing up more anti-tank weapons to deal with the Panther before JaeforJett builds up a large armoured force. At which point the 85 might struggle a bit, say if he brings up, say, another Panther and just Panther 4s, particularly with more Panzer Commander shenanigans and making use of the heat rounds. That could give Fortune a bit of a rough time against JaeforJett here.
Enemy forces are capturing.
The south retreating, smoke screen off again, very nicely coordinated there by JaeforJett. A good smoke screen is usually coordinated right before you actually make the move there, so it usually sort of tamps up, so that way when you're already there there's a bit of a smoke screen, then it builds up, so that way it doesn't, you know, just immediately vanish either. So nice work there by JaeforJett here. Prevents Fortune from using, you know, firing added, and any troops that move to contest are then all of a sudden isolated behind the smoke screen. So there's a lot of reasons there to use smoke screens in that way. And there you go, counter-guns. Oh, wiped out again, just as you got a new one, they got obliterated. Welcome, comrades, to the Eastern Front. I hope you will live longer than your predecessors. Live longer? I mean, succeed faster. Oh, that sounds nice. Yes. Mines up here for Fortune in the northern side there. Trying to lock off JaeforJett's approaches and possibly also catch up with the tank in some trap. Katyusha fire there from Fortune. Probably trying to silence the lines. We can also catch up any of the Kholodny in the same area. JaeforJett now going for a Panzer 4 to back up his Panzer 5. JaeforJett so far taking a bit calmly. He might want to consider launching some light assaults either from the north or for the south, instead of just, you know, dinking away at the centre here. Actually, the sandbag ships also cover the point, then at least start to make sort of slowly leapfrog moves there. The cover is very quickly vanishing. Shock troops rushing in there, gaining the ace level of veterancy, very good. Panzer almost done there for JaeforJett, for the German army. More orders done for JaeforJett, being a believer in their firepower, their experience, their firepower, their devotion to the German cause, their firepower. There you go, Panzerkampfwagen 4, more commanders here. Again, better line of sight, so you can make better use of the range. In fact, again, Panzer 4, similarly to the Panther, do not have full vision for the entire range. And of course, it makes them more accurate, meaning the main guns more likely to just land some good hits on infantry units and the likes. And of course, you can call in artillery in the pinch if it comes down to it. I mean, there's a lot of utility in going for the Panzer Commander, really. Mines down here from Fortune up north. Again, he's basically trying to just make any push in the north very painful and difficult for JaeforJett. Very good work there. I do think a few more booby traps will also have them out there. I mean, they are pretty good, also just additionally slowing down advances. Bit of quiet here on the eastern side of Jett's map. West side, Fortune's also been... I mean, they're both sort of lining up for pushes into the centre, whereas the north, while it's getting some attention, it's not really getting a great deal of it. Oh! Hey guys, yeah, didn't we forget about a mine? Oh, scheiße. Kaboom. Introduce the Sturmpanzer, smoke screen again here. Bit of a tug of war here. Except most tugs of war do not involve smoke screen to tanks or machine guns. Unless you're from Norway. They do it a bit strangely up there. Anyways, orbs on the fire here from the MD-34. Getting suppressed there. Panzer 4 setting in. To the final the machine gun. I'm going to push here. We got a field camp up here going for the HE5. And a tank and flying, but it's flying. The fragmentation runs to the armor. Pierce round, HE5 down to half health already. Not good. Panther going in here. Panther will need to be careful. Get into tanks. Hatch off on the Panther. ODH 5 star keys trying to get away. Main gun now, and it is down. Nice push there, but JaeforJett using the smoke screen and possibly even just using the idea that again he's just mostly, if he does anything, it's just to grab the point, nothing else, and then all of a sudden he makes the big push, throwing off Fortune entirely because they've settled into a pattern, and all of a sudden JaeforJett breaks that pattern. I mean, that's really what JaeforJett did. That's really clever. I mean, it could just be coincidence, and he's just like, no, I want to attack now, but like, that's sort of the idea again. He's trying to get his opponent to settle into a pattern, and then all of a sudden trying to shock him by breaking that pattern. That's really devious play. Kind of hope that's the case. Got the orbital penal troopers with the machine gun. Backed up here as well by the field camp. But they only get the bonus as they're within range of it. Done some hits. That Panther with 4 kills, actually. That Panther commander is helping out, in fact, as you might be noticing. Kholodny for denied to the penal troopers. JaeforJett takes no chances. Got the penal troopers rounded by the Panther. To the fleet continue to provide JaeforJett here with precious fuel. Victory Ponce is pretty close, and there you go. Panther receiving repairs. Storm Pioneers hard at work fixing it up. Katyusha firing off, and rockets flying through the air. Hitting absolutely nothing. Not a very good artillery call in there by Fortune. I'm guessing he's trying to hope to disrupt JaeforJett's movements. Otherwise, that's just blind fire. That's usually not good. And even then, I mean, usually watch like have an idea if they're moving before he called in. That's just a waste of a good strike. And meanwhile, JaeforJett is calling in more armor. He's actually building up there. I think at this stage, Fortune might be trying to stall for the KV2, but against the Panther and Panther Force will possibly on the way. Trying to stall to KV2 with what he has in the field, I think, is a bit of an awkward call there by Fortune. I mean, he's got a few anti-tank rifles, a light anti-tank gun to stop Panzer IVs and Panzer Vs, and in the Panzer V in particular, it's going to shrug off a lot of that. At the very least, it's to go for the support commander to bring up some field guns. Well, lucky hit there with the M42 on the Panther's frontal armor. They're obviously not doing a lot of damage. Heinz, I think we hit someone's dog. He is standing still. We are under fire. Oh. What if we hit someone's dog into his pants if we wouldn't feel it? So this isn't exactly a Kugelwagen. Engineers still reinforcing as they're murdering the orbital dart in there, but they got the Panther IV on the field here, murdering them in return. Second Panther IV ramming, will he equip that one, the Panther Commander as well, or will he go for pinlight machine guns? Probably holds up the Panther Commander is actually cheap as an upgrade. M42 on the jaw piece, shoots Panther off the Panther Horse frontal armor, engineers think when they can. Penetrating hit, they're very good, close to Veteran 2, which helps the rate of fire, which is great there, and of course, largely towards Veteran 3, which makes the penetration better, but Fortune definitely needs one to tank up, so at the very least you just call in more M42, so at least that way, you know, gain more, well, volume of fire, at least that way increasing his chance of shots, you know, hitting, because, you know, he's throwing so many shots at it statistically, he should be getting in enough at a decent rate to bring down the tank's health fast enough. Fortune goes wide, a bit lost here for JaeforJett, mine goes off, damaging the Panther's engine, pushing for the centre here. Fortune holds the line here with the 213th Rifle Division, and he waits for the KV2. Panzer's actually almost going down into the anti-tank gun and possibly a few other factors. Quite nice work there. Fortunately, again, had he brought up a second M42, probably could have brought it down faster. I mean, I would say if you're going for M42 anti-tank guns, almost just go for 2, and particularly if you want to deal with like stuff bigger than a 223.
Our soldiers are prepared to hold our ground at any cost.
There you go. Satchel charge off on the Panzer IV. Panther moving ahead here, straight in the M42. He's very close to the KV2 heavy tank.
The enemy is reduced to 200 points.
And there you go. JaeforJett is killing the crew there with the Panther up close. KV2 arriving here for Fortune. Oh, dear, it's going to get... Oh, doesn't get satcheled. He does not. So there you go. KV2 heavy tank immobilized for the 213th Rifle Division. And the southern answers are happening. I mean, JaeforJett got to sweep it up. And there we go. We got a second Oberstland squad out there. Very nice work there. Oberstland, I feel like, are a bit overlooked units by a lot of overqualified players, but clearly JaeforJett understands the power. So there you go, KV2 moving up. But lacking support, it's not going to be able to do much on its own. Of course, in theory, if it gets like to Veterans 1, it could pop the Inspire infantry ability, and that way, you know, pushes infantry to greater limits, greater sacrifices. Hey, you guys, I appreciate the attention, but maybe you should take care of the mine right in front of our Panzer. I don't feel comfortable with this. Ah, don't you worry, it's not going to explode. Why? We got some minesweeper here. It just keeps it from exploding. We don't know how, but it does. Ooh, oh, shot through machine gun there. Finally meeting its match here in the Panzer IV. The body armor, it does nothing. There you go, push into the Panther and the Oberstland. We got 10 kills in the Panther, 11 kills. Actually getting a lot of infantry killing in there. And again, the Panther's machine gun is actually pretty decent. Came to the being engaged by the Panther. Shot penetrated. I mean, technically, the AB2 did not cap a lot of armor. Like, it was roughly, I think, somewhere around 60mm. I mean, for the early war, that was heavily armored, but by late war standards, I mean, that's less than the Panzer IV. Panther blitzing in, he might even pop heat runs if he had the munitions for it. We got the Panther from the other side. Anti-tanking up to fight the side of the Panther IV. Shot bounces though. KV2 shoots, bounces off the Panther's armor. Another hit there, actually goes through there for the anti-tanking, close veteran free. There we go. Ace anti-tank gun, veteran free, higher rate of fire plus high penetration, makes it very, well, reasonably lethal. Of course, it'd be helpful to have more than one. Close quarters engagement with the Panzer IV, needs to get the K1 up to support, or KV2 I mean. There we go, penetrating hit, KV2 moves up. There we go, direct hit, Panzer IV down to less than half up, but the anti-tanking crew dies. Losing Fortune, the precious experience of those anti-tank gunners. And that's probably the biggest loss here for Fortune, because the anti-tank gun is itself easily replaceable, but a veteran free M42 anti-tank crew is pretty hard to replace. More Sturm Punch worth for JaeforJett as they did lose the other squad there to Fortune and the 213th Rifle Division. Got that shock to a machine gun, something I have to deal with the Oberstland note. By the way, it's 8 level. 26 kills on the other shock troopers. Anti-tank and decrewed rapidly, and we got just JaeforJett showing no quarters, no mercy. There you go, Kachucha barrels at close range on the machine gun, hits the house instead, though, blowing the roof off alongside the rest of the structure. KV2 neat repairs, but almost got the machine gun there. Shock troopers flanking up. Quick grenade, and the machine gun goes down. Not too shabby. Panther moving in there, 11 kills, Veteran 2. Panther almost good to go, close to Veteran 2 as well. Anti-tank and recruit. KV2 being clearly repaired. Penal troopers advancing. Anti-tank and being carted forwards. Shot penetrate the Panther IV's rear armor. Nice work. Back here, healing enforcement going on for JaeforJett. His Panzer IV is looking pretty solid. Fortune, meanwhile, is barely holding on. He's got a victory point lead, but His forces are being slowly outclassed by the arrival of increasingly large amount of armour and elite infantry, and Fortune is just losing troops, and more importantly, his experienced troops at a rate he cannot replace them. And again, it doesn't help, he just really lacks anti-tank weapons. I mean, at the very least, you're going to feel like you should have gone for at least another M42 anti-tank gun to increase his chance of like consistently doing enough damage to JaeforJett's medium armour to threaten it. I mean, in particular, 2 veteran fleet M42s probably could at least, you know, seriously threaten the Panther 4s. They're doing a bit the Panther. Well, that's just that. 121 points left here for JaeforJett versus Fortune 224. Another Katyusha barrage off here for Fortune. KB2 is good to go once more. There we go, JaeforJett launches a blitzkrieg assault, flanks the KB2 as it sets up. The Panther from the other side. Nice pincer assault here by JaeforJett. Though he might risk losing 1 tank as it gets too close with the anti-tank penal troops. There you go. Flanks the KB2, Katyusha down there. Very good work. Now he pops some heat rounds. There we go. Panther with the heat rounds. More hits than the KB2. Finally setting up. It hasn't gotten to fire a single shot as he got completely blindsided here. Panther 4 about to go down. Better loss there for JaeforJett, but considering the damage he's doing to Fortune, I don't think it matters. There we go. KB2 down. And with that, Fortune is out. The 213th Rifle Division has been beaten in this sector and routed here by a nice spirited counterattack by JaeforJett and the 7th Panzer Division. Nice work here. Initially, Fortune had a nice advantage here, pushed ahead aggressive with medium armour. I do feel like he failed to react, I think, properly again to when JaeforJett went for more armour. At the very least, again, another M42 would have helped stall better for the KB2, but as I said, didn't quite end up there. Oh, some nice plays there, but again, I feel like there was some issues with the force composition versus JaeforJett. JaeforJett, bit unfortunate start, was able to rally around and push more and more, sneak about, do some damage here and there. Good use of smoke screens. Again, that assault there again just took that initially established pattern, then, you know, switched and just went all in on the Fortune. I think was really well done again, if that was intentional. I mean, even if not intentional, that was still really well done. So, great work there by JaeforJett. Nice use of the doctrine. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. And this is Pro Linking. Cheers. Thank you for watching. You're all a wonderful audience. I hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye.